If you work in any aspect of marketing, if you own any kind of business, or even if you're just planning to open your own business someday, then you know the value of building a brand. But what does it actually mean to build a brand? And how should you go about brand building? Tom Wanek here, and you're watching Wizard Marketing TV, where business owners learn persuasive tools and techniques to spark miraculous growth. Keep watching as we discuss and explain all things branding. I'll see you on the other side. Brand building is a marketing buzzword that gets tossed around more than a fruit salad. You sometimes hear business owners point to the value of a brand when attempting to justify a ridiculous valuation they placed on their company. More often than not, you hear branding as it pertains to creating things like logos and slogans. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that logos and such are unnecessary parts of a brand. But just because you have a fancy logo and a snappy slogan doesn't mean you've built a brand. If you think that, well, then you're leaving a whole lot of marketing mojo on the table, my friend. So when it comes to understanding branding, let's do a little housekeeping, shall we? First up, what is branding? Let's get a solid understanding. Branding is relating the known to the unknown. The known being a desirable benefit, the unknown being your company or brand. In other words, branding is the implantation of an associative memory in combination with a recall cue. Here, let me explain. Ivan Pavlov won a Nobel Prize for his research into branding in 1904. Day after day, Pavlov would ring a bell as he rubbed meat paste onto the tongue of a dog. The dog soon began to associate the taste of meat with the sound of the bell until salivation became the dog's conditioned response. Now, there are three necessary elements to branding. The first is consistency. Pavlov never rang the bell without offering food. The second element is frequency or repetition, meaning that Pavlov rang the bell day after day. And the third element is anchoring. Anchoring means that the new and unknown element, the sound of the bell, or in your case your brand, has to be associated to a memory that's already anchored in the mind. This memory would be the taste of meat or some other meaty desire. See how that works? That's branding. Now, how about the goal of branding? What are you trying to achieve? As I've mentioned many times before, the goal of branding is to become the company that your prospective customer thinks of first and feels best about when his or her moment of need arises. See, you want to convince your customer before she has a need for what you sell. That way, she only seeks you out and not your entire product category. Now you can avoid playing games like Google Roulette or SEO King of the Mountain. Besides, you don't want to try and predict the moment of need of your customer. For example, when will Macy Rosso get engaged? When will Bill Hyder need new furniture? When will Sue Porter need a new set of tires? I don't know, and neither do you. I'm not a mind reader. No one has a crystal ball. But when you've successfully branded your company, predicting your customer's moment of need becomes unnecessary. Now, moving on, what is a brand? A brand is the sum total of the experiences that your customer has with you. Put simply, you don't build a brand with fancy logos, slogans, and catchphrases. You don't just wake up one day and decide you're going to build a brand. As advertising executive Bob Hoffman says, branding is a byproduct of doing a lot of things right. So what are those things that build a brand? Speaking to your customer's felt need consistently over time builds a brand. Relevancy and credibility builds a brand. Delighting your customer builds a brand. Logos and catchphrases do not. Branding is a byproduct. Enough said, ran over. All right, marketing wizards, did you like this video? Then do me a huge solid. Please subscribe and share it with people you know. Now, my friends, it's time to hear from you. Hit me up. Send in your marketing and advertising questions to tom@tomwanek.com and I'll give you an answer right here. And always remember, we're in this together. I've got your back. I'll see you real soon.